Welcome back to Learn Brizzy Cloud with JP, and now let's build out some real stuff. Let's make it happen. I'm just going to close these tabs here. I am using, for your reference, Microsoft Edge, which runs for all intents and purposes on Chrome. You can use Chromium, Chrome, Firefox, the works. It should work in the browsers that are respected out there. From your starter kit to work and create your website, you click on Edit Project. And as I've mentioned earlier, this takes us into the Brizzy Builder. This is where all the magic happens. A number of things that we can go through here in the dashboard as well, but the best would be for you to understand how you're going to work with this and how your site is going to get structured and build up. I think the best is to look at that big block in the middle that says start building your page and that inviting little plus in the blue circle. And that's what I want you to do. Click on this plus and it's going to open. There's no name for it. I sometimes refer to it as the block manager, and other times I refer to it as the, library manager. Isn't the library a manager? Block manager. Doesn't matter. This is where you're going to find all the goodies that can help you kickstart your creation process. And by default, it opens to this tab that says blocks. Blocks are pre-made designs that you can use to begin building your website. And you can just scroll down here on the right and you're going to find there is a plethora of various designs ready for you to use. Naturally, you're not going to use it 100%. You're going to change the images, you're going to change the text, you can change the font, you can change the colors. All of those styling choices remains yours. But these blocks are really the standards in what is used when we create websites. Websites aren't the latest invention, and the design on websites are rarely new inventions, and sticking to the basics, those working recipes will get you all the way to the end. You don't need to go completely out of the box when you create a website. In fact, I really recommend you stick to the basics. These blocks then, like I said, are the blocks that can help you to create your website. Let's use one. And you will notice, though, that some of them have this little label in the top right corner that says Pro. That means you cannot use it. You have to buy one of the Pro plans. But if it doesn't have that, you simply can select here any of those. They are free to use. So let's go. This one, Best Street Coffee Shop, should appear in yours as well. And if I click on it, it loads it. That was really quick and really nifty. And all you need to do now is change the background image, change the text, and change a few of these other settings as well. And if you want to change the font and the colors, you can do that as well. That is really simple. Now, let's say you want to add something else here. So you click on Add a New Block. And now I will refer you to the pane here on the left where you see these categories. Now, the one that I just selected is what we refer to as a hero block. If I click here on hero, you're going to see it will appear here. So it filters everything down to a hero. And these hero blocks are standard. You often see them most of the time at the top of web pages. They are like a condensed summary, very draw your eye in, capture your attention for what's going to happen on your website and web page. Under this, let's say we want to add a little bit of the features. We want to talk more about my organization or the product. Click here on features and you will see here we have these kind of lists, a little bit more text. I'll grab this one over here, and this is also free. We see no Pro label. And as I click on it, it drops below it. And immediately you can see your website is starting to take shape. Let's bring in one more block. Click on Add Block and let's choose a gallery. A gallery is where you bring in images. Can't use that one, it's Pro. Let's go for this one over here. Click, drops in. And these images that come in with them, they are placeholders. Naturally, you're going to switch them out again. Let's do one more block, and this time let's add a contact form. So from our categories, you can see there's contact over here. But instead, using any of these, we can change the style. The light style are these guys that we are currently working with. They usually have a white background, a lighter background. If you select dark, you will see they all switch to a darker background. It doesn't have to be black, it can be charcoal, it can be any other color. But the idea is that the background is dark and your text and content is light. And often it's very nice to have a little bit contrast on your site. So you have one light block, one dark block, or everything is dark or everything is light. So we have filtered now these blocks for dark and contact. And let's find a contact form here. This one, great. Click on that and drop it in. So very nice, because now at the bottom you have this contact form and it stands out. This is your work area. So if you were in PowerPoint, you would have made everything on the slide. Same thing here. You will be working on this page. You will be creating your content. Notice as I hover over stuff, you will see all these little boxes and colors and shapes appear. It's very similar to any other program where you have to create something. It won't look like this when people come to your site, but this is how it looks here in the back end where you are working on it. How does this look to a visitor? And that is the front end. To do that, you have to do two things. The first thing you have to do is go to this little options toolbar here in the bottom right corner and select here by clicking on the up arrow, publish page. Now this save draft has a specific feature. Currently, it doesn't work properly, and I hope they can fix it so I can show you how this is supposed to work. But this save draft, it's not functional at this moment. Maybe by tomorrow it will be working, but currently, absolutely no. That doesn't mean you cannot create the page. It's just a little inconvenience. Simply select here, publish page. And once you go to publish page, it means that if people have this website address, they will be able to find this page. You cannot hide it. Whereas when you do a draft, it means you can make changes to it and people won't see those changes. That's where the problem comes in. It doesn't work like that. If you click on switch draft, it completely removes the page online. It's not a staging area like we refer to it. Nonetheless, we are now in publish, and once you see that update, it means that we are now in publish mode, which means we can see this page on the front end where a visitor will access it. We can also test that, and we do that by going again to this options toolbar in the bottom right hand corner, and this icon here that says preview. Click on it, it opens a new tab, and now you should be able to see your page. But hold on, it's not there. Where is my page? If this happens, it means it's still a little bit foggy. The memory hasn't cleared well. So you will have to refresh your page. On Windows, it's Control-Shift-R. And I guess Command-Shift-R works on a Mac as well. And this is you can call it a hard refresh. It clears your cache. It clears the memory of your browser and tells the browser, hey, you have to go look again at this website. Some things have changed there. And here you can see this is now my site as I have created it with those pre-made blocks. Very, very nifty. And you can see I cannot see those boxes because this is the front end. This is the part which the visitor will see. Go back to the builder. To the bottom, click on the up and select clear layout. This will remove everything that we've brought in. So select clear layout. Let's start building again so you can have a good idea of how this works. And this time from the block manager, instead of using these blocks, notice that here in the sidebar it says blocks, kit number 2. You select the drop down, you can go to kit number 1, and this is going to load, we can call it the legacy blocks. And currently it's set to dark, let's put it on light. These were the original blocks that Brizy came in, 3, 4 years ago? That's why I refer to them as legacy blocks. They are still excellent blocks, and I often just use them because they are no thrills. If I choose here under kit number 1 and I choose something like features, you will see these are very nice lists and little feature paragraphs that you can use on your site. So let's build another page out quickly with this kit number 1. Start at the top with a hero, but in this case they call it a cover. And you will see all of the kit 1 blocks are free. So if you want to know free for sure, you can always go to kit number 1. Let's choose something spectacular. This one over here, click on that. And it drops it in for us. Let's add another one. Let's go to, we're there. Let's go to features again. I like this one. And you will see, though it is blue here, when it comes in onto your page, it has this green, turquoise, teal look. It's not teal, turquoise or green. Let's bring in another one. And that change in color is all about the global styling. We'll cover that. Bring in a CTA, which is a call to action, usually just a button to ask people to do something. Quick preview. And here you will put a video in the background. Let's do 2 more. I'll do team, which should bring in some photos. Let's go for a dark background here. Team members. Excellent. And then the last one, let's do another contact form. And I'll switch back to light for that variety. Contact. Wait for it to load. Oh, there's a map. Will the map work? Let's try that. But I want to have a map. Okay, let's just use this one here. We can do the map another day. Right. Now, because you have updated this page, you will need to save your work. You can simply click here at the bottom on update. And once it has updated, you will see that that blue button will kind of gray out, fade out, showing you that it's now the latest copy that you have on your page. I'm a big fan of shortcut keys. So update means save, and save is the universal shortcut, Control S on Windows, Command S on a Mac. So if you hit that and you notice there at the bottom, Control S, Command S, let's click here on preview. And this time it's going to show you your new page that you've just created. Great. Very simple. These ready-made blocks are excellent. If you want something quickly out there, I don't think you can go wrong with these blocks. It's in our nature to want to create everything from the beginning, but I can honestly tell you that these blocks will take you a long way. Before we continue to the next one, which is full template layouts, I will say one thing. Do not fully rely on pre-made blocks without learning the builder. A lot of the changes that you will need to make when you start bringing in your own text and images, and change the colors, will mean that you should have a very good working knowledge of the builder, and that you will need to know what tweaks had been made to get it here so that you can maybe unmake those tweaks or that you can work with them. A lot of people who rely on these pre-made layouts often don't know how the builder works, and then when the final product goes live, it looks weird or it doesn't interact the way it should because they didn't pay attention to those things that should change. So even though I'm telling you these blocks are excellent, it will get you all the way from A to Z. I'm also telling you, you'll need to spend time on learning the builder, and this is what the starter kit is all for. Let's close this out, these 2 tabs, and then in the next video, I'm going to show you the full page and site layouts in Brizzy Cloud.